Does anybody hear me now? Or do we still not have audio? How about now? Do I got any audio now? Audio testing 1, 2, 3. Audio. Anybody hear me? So apparently, oh, okay, thank you. Apparently, something has to do with the CarPlay. When I'm in CarPlay, I had paused or stopped the audio for the music to make this, and apparently that was a thing. So now that we got that sorted out, hopefully it wasn't just like nothing for the last 18 minutes. That would suck. Me just moving my mouth and nothing coming out. So anyway, I don't know how much everybody heard, but normal days in Korea are filled up being retired. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. You think being retired you would have a lot of time, but basically a quick summary: got medical appointments, dental appointments, paying bills, cleaning, going to the gym, going shopping, and going shopping multiple times a week versus, you know, the big giant hauls that we used to do, like going to Costco or whatever. And, you know, like we did in the States. And we did massive shopping trips here, but it just gets tiring having to walk, carry all the bags from the car in the underground parking to the elevator, up to the 7th floor, then, you know, into our apartment and into the kitchen, and then have to do that, you know, numerous times. Now I know why old people just shop a few times a week, because they don't have to carry so much crap. And I get it. I totally get it now. It used to be, I don't understand, old people just going to the store all the time, and why don't they just, you know, go one time, you know, once every 3 weeks and buy groceries and they'd be good. And it's like, yeah, now I get it. So go figure. But yeah, we went over appointments, doctor's appointments, refills every 30 days. I got to go see the doctor, get refills. Go to this December, I've got an appointment at Samsung Medical Center because the resident doctors are supposedly back, and hopefully I can get a 90-day prescriptions up there, but that's going to be a full day thing. You know, we go to the gym, that's going to be, you know, basically a half day, and if you throw on lunch, you know, you're going to get back at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 2. Throw shopping on top of that with at the commissary or whatever. You know, you're looking to get back at 3 or 4 or something. Yeah, just cut right in front of me. Yeah. Apparently, in Korea, if you put on your flashers, you can do whatever you want. It's just kind of like the courtesy thing. It's like, hey, I'm going to do something, whatever I want to do, but I have my flashers on, so that's the apology. And it's like, oh, okay, well, you get used to it. The other thing is, Koreans will park anywhere and everywhere. And as long as they have their 4-way flashers on, it's kind of like, oh, okay, no problem. And I do that myself. So I have cops going around checking registration or, you know, parking and, you know, leaving and stuff like that. And it's like, no, not a thing. What they will have is vehicles with cameras on them, like the Google cameras that drive through your neighborhoods and take pictures and stuff like that. And what they'll end up doing is they scan the license plates of the cars. So if you're parked in a no parking zone, you'll get a ticket in the mail. Yeah, so there it is. Speed traps, everything is by camera. And on the navigation system, it ends up that if you're driving and your navigation system will say speed, lower your speed, or 60 kilometers an hour or 80 kilometers an hour, slow down, in the next 500 meters, whatever it is, 300, 200, 100. And then everybody slows down to the speed limit, and then after they pass the speed camera, you get a ding on your navigation, and then everybody puts pedal to the metal and goes, much faster. But all that stuff comes in the mail. So I haven't got a ticket yet because I drive like the Korean, and I will slow down for those speed traps and stuff like that. Other people were asking about, well, what about tolls? How do you pay for tolls? Because way back in the day, you had to stop and you had to pay money and stuff like that. Well, now they have automated tolls, and you got a thing. It's called High Pass. It's actually on the other side of my rear view mirror, and you can charge the card with, you take it in, you could add money to the card, and that will pay your tolls automatically. So as you're going down the highway, and if there's a toll booth coming up, if you have High Pass, you'll be most likely on the very far left lane, and you slow down. As you go through it, it'll automatically deduct money off of your card, off your High Pass card. And I think some of them have where it can be directly linked to your bank accounts. We just end up doing a card. I don't know why. I think that was because it was easier for us, and we just never did the other one. So we just put like a few 100,000 won on the card, and we're good to go. So that pays all the tolls. And then when you go through, it will also ding and tell you the amount of the toll. Of course, it's in Korean, shipbon won or whatever. It'll give you that amount as you go through the toll. So you can kind of get like you got to learn the Korean numbers, but you can keep track of, how much money is on your High Pass toll booth card. And you can go travel freely through Korea. Now there are, on their navigation, you have the choice of traveling, and let's say if I want to go to, I don't know, some artsy-fartsy resort place that, to look at the fall colors, because the wife can't get enough of that. You have the choice. You put in the address and the neighbor maps, and you can select different routes. So not only can you select different routes, but you can also select the route whether you want to use toll roads or not. And usually the toll roads are faster, so generally we do that. But there's a few times that we've skipped the toll roads and just, we wanted to save money for some strange reason. But yeah, there's that. So and with that, people were asking me about the Naver navigation. I've got the Naver Maps app on my phone, and you can set it to English. So the instructions come out in English, which is really good. That's kind of a nice thing. And then for a lot of the places, you can type it in English of what you want to try to find, and it'll, I don't know, maybe 60% of the time, maybe 70, you can find what you're looking for. Unless it's just straight up Korean, then you have to put in the Korean. So the wife will do the Korean thing. The other thing you can end up doing is if the business or the place that you're going to has a hard landline, like an old school telephone line, not, cell phone or whatever, you can put in the phone of that business, and that can come up with the directions to that location if they have a hardline phone. So yeah, there's that. But we're just going to do a UE. We're just going to turn around. So you can find places that way as well. And in Korea, they're doing more and more. More Korean companies, the navigation, the Korean banks, they're catering more stuff towards foreigners because they're having more and more foreigners come to Korea and on work visas, education visas, things like that. So that is something that the banks and all that they're getting more foreigner friendly, and which is kind of a cool thing. That makes life easier for a lot of people. So that helps. But as far as like navigation, I mean, we went to Sokcho, we went, 3-4 hours away, and so driving isn't bad, and the directions on the navigation, especially with the neighbor maps, is pretty good. So we don't have any problems there. And usually, a lot of people that will go explore Korea, they'll give neighbor map links, so you can like share the link of wherever you go to or whatever, and then you can click that link to the neighbor map, and you can save it as a favorite or what. A lot of people will do that, and then that's a great way because a lot of foreigners will put those links like on the Camp Humphreys support page, or foreigners in Korea, people will share the places that they've been to. So yeah, coffee shops, restaurants, or whatever. Good heavens, I could not drive on the wrong side of the road. Actually, it's the right side of the road, but I think with the YouTube it reverses it. I mean, my shirt should say grind. If it doesn't, if it's backwards, then yeah, I've got a normal car. So yeah, we drive on the right side of the road. It's not like the UK. So yeah, I don't know why the YouTube app does that. It's just like every other one is normal except YouTube when you do the live stream. So I don't know what's up with YouTube. I just need to, and there should be like some setting. Is, but I mean, why would you want it reversed? I just don't get it. I'm an old grumpy person, so. But yeah, it's weird. So I gotta go through and get that again. Why is it mirrored to begin with? That's what I don't get. I didn't change anything, just default run and go, and there it's mirrored. Yeah. So. But anyway, weather's getting cooler. Like today is supposed to be like it's 45 right now. It's going to get a little bit cooler. Definitely by next week on Monday, it's supposed to, like, the low is supposed to be like 22 degrees. The high of 40 something or whatever. So it's definitely getting colder, and the winter's popping in. It's going to get cold, but we got underground parking and stuff like that, so it's not that big of a deal. And we're retired, so during the winter we pretty much stay indoors because the wife doesn't like cold weather either, so that's a bonus. But we still go places, go to malls, like Korean malls, like AK Plaza, Starfield Mall in Pyeongtaek. They've got Costco that opened up in Pyeongtaek, which I wasn't really that impressed with, to be honest with you. So I don't know. We weren't really big Costco fans to begin with. I mean, we were a little bit in the States, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. George says, I'm looking forward to winter. Yeah. If it was a choice between winter, Korean winters, and Korean summers, I would take Korean winters all day long. And twice on Sunday, which I never understood that saying. I would take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Well, why twice on Sunday? So if you can explain that, send me an email or whatever. Put it in the comments section. But yeah, Korean winters aren't bad, especially being retired because you don't have to work. So, and if you have the place that you live, if you have an enclosed garage or underground parking and stuff like that, then that works out pretty good. Um, but if you're parking outside in the elements, holy crow, you're going to be scraping the ice, you're going to be doing all that stuff, and that's not fun. So that's what we got going on. Like I said, we're going to hit the 3-8 market. I think we're going to go home. I'm heading home. I don't think I'm going home. I am going home. And then we're going to get stuff. I always get trapped at this light. Anyway, then the other thing we're going to end up doing is we're going to go get some breakfast, and then we're going to hit the 3-8 market, which is down that way, to do some veggie shopping and stuff, and get some fish cake. I have recently got turned on to fish cake. I didn't like it before, but for some reason, I'm liking fish cake, especially when the weather gets colder. I don't know what it is. I never really liked it before. I couldn't read the comment. It's so tiny on my phone. But yeah. So that's going to be our plan for the day. So we're going to go walk around. It'll take about 5, maybe 10 minutes to get to the market, walk through the market, get our stuff, get fish cake. Then we'll stop and get a coffee. We'll do that. So we'll have something to eat and something to drink. And we will be good to go. And then we go back home, and then it should be probably around 3-ish, probably, because it's what time is it now? It's 9:40, almost 10. So I'll get home. Everything should be good. So 10 o'clock, we should be able to go to La Paine, which is a little breakfast bistro coffee place. So we'll go do that. And that'll probably be about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, just chilling out there. And then we'll go to the market. We'll walk through there, get our stuff, stop, maybe get coffee again. I don't know.
A speed bump is ahead.
I'm going to be coffeeed up today. It's around 80 degrees in Houston. Oh, yeah. Our daughter was in Texas, in San Antonio. She was there for a while and doing her was it residency? Oh, she did sometime in San Antonio, and then in Hawaii she did. That was her. Yeah, San Antonio was her residency, and then Hawaii was residency. I don't know. She was in San Antonio for a while. But then in Oahu, she did her residency on Oahu. So now we're going to find a parking spot. So we'll take this one right here. That's the other thing. When you're retired, you start complaining. Like, I'll complain about people not being at work. It's like, how come these people aren't at work? Be working. So that's what we got going on. So anyway, that's it. That's kind of a breakdown of kind of what's going to happen on today and some of the normal stuff that we do, which ends up it's not too bad. It is what it is. And I thought being retired, you would have more time, but I'm really amazed at how much time we don't. George says, I love Houston this time of year. My sister lives there. Yeah, 80 degrees. That's like the max heat that I like. I would prefer to have like 65 degrees, maybe 70 degrees all year round. I would be happy. I would be super happy. But Korea, yeah, you get 4 seasons. I live north of Houston, says Terry. Oh, okay, cool. I entertained the thought of going back to the United States, and then I started looking at housing prices, and I was like, holy crow, there's no way. Absolutely insane. Um, Maybe Florida. I looked at places in Florida, looked at some places in Texas. Those were the two places that I looked at. But yeah, housing prices just out of control. So I think we're going to stay here in Korea. That's kind of the thing. We're still looking for apartments. Yeah, we're still looking to buy another, or maybe buy a country house. It depends. If we can get a good deal on a country house, then we will do that. Um, Kind of live out in the sticks away from people. I don't want to be in a once, twice, whatever. We have audio. I don't know if we have audio. Let me know and somebody type in whether it's back. What do you think about Korean president saying if you criticize immigration, he's going to get you arrested? Wow, never heard of that. That's that's a new one. if if you got links to that, I would like to read that. I haven't. Of course, I didn't look at the internet this morning to look at news or anything. I just got a behind the power curve. Wow. Sultan, hey, Sultan Rahman's back. He says, "Good morning, everyone. It's beautiful, crisp morning here in Heavenly Crib." And the comment went away. Glad to see it. Terry says, "I saw it on the news today. So if you criticize Korean immigration, he's going to get you out of Korea." That's ballsy. Yeah. I guess I need to be careful what I say. So, wow, that is a doozy right there. That is very, very interesting. Um, I'm all for immigration enforcement. You need to be select, just as I am selective. Excuse me, of the people that I invite inside my house. I think countries should have the same type of attitude. You got to have some high standards and so on and so forth. That's just a personal thing. So I guess I won't speak out against Korea's immigration policy because we are on a visa here. So it's all good. But in my own, okay, that's interesting. Okay, just a test of the fire alarm system. You get that like once a year, I think it is. Cool. So anyway, yeah, air raid siren. Yeah. Ooh, that would be. Mm, uh, Thankfully, nothing crazy has like that has been needed. But yeah, wow. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm starving. I'm hungry. And again, it's that time. My wife is. She just sent me a message. She goes, "Where are you at?" And so, yeah, I gotta go. She's probably hungry too. Never did. Greetings, Steve. Nice to see you out and about in Thailand. Thailand is interesting. Thailand and Cambodia are doing their thing, and it's going back and forth. Matter of fact, Thailand ended up saying, "Hey, we're stopping the visas of 100,000 Cambodians that work in Thailand." So, because of the border and landmines, and somebody got blown up or whatever, not really good time. Again, that whole border area between Thailand and Cambodia, You know, there's a no travel advisory and stuff like that. And again, all the other problems with Thailand is just not good right now, and that's just adding more fuel to the fire. So anyway, the wife is calling, so I got to let you go. We will see you all in the next video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that, and we'll see you on the next one. All right. Hey, send me links or comments or whatever. I'll read them later. Okay. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. But I got to run. The boss is calling. Okay. Peace.